As always, my players are the most mature of people. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Campfire Stories RPG and our Defendus Academy series using Critical Role's Daggerheart system. In Raven, you're late. I see you in the chat, but you're late. When we last left our students, we were in the middle of pulling off a prank. Whereas, Alex decided to show up at Ashlyn's house, and get them to pull off a little bit of a prank with, noises and distractions, and to see where their ping would go, as their ping led them into house, I believe it was Kokoro, correct? Yes.
Yeah, the Mind House. Where the heck Stoppy's character is?
The Mind House. Ashlyn was more than happy to get up to a little bit of mischief, as well as getting a hold of a friend of theirs by the name of Hadley, a Furbolg bard who was honestly, they were just looking for a reason to cause some shit. And as they went out to sort of take their positions, the different diaries caught the attention of Alex as they stood in Ashlyn's room alone. The one that looked like a standard diary, sort of leather-bound, well-loved, and a pristine-looking one with a picture of a white rabbit on the front. And as the same tune started to play in the heads of Ashlyn and Alex, they had different corresponding effects. Ashlyn's sort of leaning into the chaos that this brought and the boost to their magic. Alex got the curiosity, became, if you may, curiouser and curiouser, before opening the book to release a bunch of glowing spectral white rabbits that we pick up on as the noise from outside begins to wake everyone in House Shinzo up, or House Kokoro up, and these rabbits begin to sort of pop out of this book, leaping out of the window, out of the doors, and in various directions. What do?
What do?
What do?
What do? Okay, so just open this book. There's a bunch of rabbits that just popped out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's explosions happening outside.
Not explosions.
Not explosions, just, like, sounds.
It's Ashley
okay.
and her one-man marching instrumental thing.
Right.
It came
Correct.
by.
Yes. Oh my god, my phone is going crazy.
And the familiar tune of the Unbirthdays tune is playing from Ashlyn, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it started as just a tune that was sort of in your head, and it started to make its way into your music.
By the way, I am listening to that music right now. IRL.
You know, it is not exactly perfectly on tune like one might expect from, say, the Twins, but it is loud. Very loud.
What's happening around me? There's just a bunch of rabbits, and then...
Yeah,
like,
there's
is my
about,
ping...
there's about 3 to 5 seconds of just spectral rabbits jumping out of this book. Um, as a bunch of them sort of hop around the room and then start moving out through the windows and through the vents and through the hallways.
I'm gonna just try to catch one of them. I know they're spectral. Like, Alexa knows they're spectral, but I think that's what Alex would try to do. It's like, what the fuck? Get in the book. What is happening?
Sure, give me an agility reaction roll.
Alright.
Because this is going to be sort of a split-second reaction.
Yep. 1 dice, 2 dice. Red dice, blue dice. Okay. Not red and blue, unfortunately. Agility reaction. So bad. 11. Actually, not too bad. I rolled a 7 and a 1.
Luckily your agility is not too bad. You know, you're pretty good at thinking on your feet, but you are also extremely tired. So you sort of are, like, looking beyond. Do you go for ones going out the window or out the door?
Probably the window.
Probably the window. You know, hopping out a window is pretty easy for you to do.
I lied. Out the door because I don't want anyone to see this and people are probably funneling outwards.
They are starting to funnel outwards, and you sort of, like, leap for one, and pass right through it as you sort of skid and bump your head against the wall on the opposite end. As people are sort of starting to come out of their bedrooms, bunches of people that you don't recognize, or, you know, it's not really recognized so much as don't really care about. As they're all like, what the fuck is, oh my god, what's going on? You see that one of them sort of peeks outside the front foyer window and goes, I guess we couldn't be safe forever. And
I knew what they were.
it seems as if people are, like, they're annoyed, but they're slowly starting to go back to their rooms. It occurs to you, they don't seem to notice the rabbits.
Oh! Of course not. Okay.
So, because they are moving, but they are moving through them as you moved through them when you tried to, like, leap for one. But they don't seem to be looking at them.
Huh.
Or sort of acknowledging that they even exist.
Alex rolls her eyes. And she's just thinking, here we go again. What's happening with my ping?
With your ping, so when the noise first went off, it started to zip in a bunch of different directions before before leaving the radius.
The fuck? Alright.
And so it was just
Cool.
like,
So it,
flip,
freaked
flip,
out.
gone.
It freaked out and then disappeared. Okay.
Yeah. You actually catch a very familiar voice, Alex, in one of the newer dorms, kind of up front. Go, Alex, is that you? Have you chosen your house? You recognize the familiar sight of Mitchie with the long scarf around her neck.
The long scarf. Is that where you got that?
No, it is the Chinese, simplified Chinese translation for dragon.
Yeah. Jake Long, if you will.
Look, I'm not the only one lazy with my names.
Hey!
I didn't shit on you.
So I just kind of, like, am looking at the rabbits and then looking at Mitchie and just kind of, like, no. And like points over towards where I know Shinzo to be.
Yeah, they're just sort of like bouncing around. Like they actually, a couple of them seem to be sort of hopping around Michi. Does not seem to notice them at all, but give me an instinct roll, if you would.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, damn, I need higher rolls. Okay, better. 18. With fear.
18 with fear. Interesting. I may have to actually jot that down. So, let's go ahead and bank that. But an 18 is very good. You know, Michi does not take notice of these little hopping, balls of light and bunny.
Uh-huh.
But you can see the head of Long sort of pop up and look down at her feet. And seem to be sort of moving their head in a circle, the same way the bunnies are sort of circling her.
Okay, so Long may see this, but Michi doesn't.
He goes,
Okay.
Okay, so this is not your house. Are you here for like a sleepover with someone? Oh, that's wonderful! I'm so happy. It just, I noticed that you don't really hang out with anybody during the classes, and I was a little bit worried for you. But all those fears are just my mind playing tricks with me. Glad to see that you're having fun.
At that, at the mind playing tricks with me, I like nod because I'm thinking about all the shit that just kind of takes my eyes back to the bunnies for a second. And just, yeah.
And you just see her go, do you have any idea what that noise is? Everybody's acting like it's a normal thing. Just nothing?
No idea.
I'm not even gonna have
Let's go find.
I'm not even gonna have you roll presence because she doesn't know enough, right?
Yeah. Has everyone kind of like started funneling out?
Everyone funneled out for like a little bit before someone sort of cracked the window open, saw that it was Ashlyn.
They were like, okay. Well.
And they were like, oh, for fuck's sake, and then it just went back in.
Alright, plan didn't work. I kind of just sigh. Because this was kind of like my last-ditch effort at finding this fucking ping. And I was originally gonna sleep tonight, and then now there's bunnies. And there are more adventures to be had. So I just kind of like say like, let's go out, let's find what's going on.
And she goes, oh yeah, here, let me get my shoes on, and we'll head out.
Is it strange that she's still hanging back right now?
No, she's hanging back because she saw you.
Okay, cool.
But
Suspicious.
Before we head out from you, let me get one final instinct reaction roll from you. Just split second.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Sorry?
16.
16. 16 is pretty good. She kind of like, as you're in the front foyer, kind of walks behind you to go to her area to get her shoes and jacket. And you hear her go, hey, Alex? Have you ever flown before?
Have I flown before?
Not to your knowledge. You may have
Have I been in a
thrown,
Are
but
are planes like a thing? Like, would we travel by plane, or is there just better ways to travel? Like that we.
Your mother is highly, highly skilled in magic.
Yeah.
So if you needed to get somewhere quickly, she could probably teleport you. I would say that you've maybe been on a plane once or twice, yeah?
Okay. I'll just look at her kind of inquisitively and figure out that she's asking, like, not in a plane. And I'll just be like...
And it is at this point, with a 16, you notice, like, originally there were 2 bunnies that were sort of hopping around her. There is only one that is hopping around her now. And as she sort of turns to look at you, you can see what seems to be a spectral white rabbit hopping behind her eyes.
What the fuck?
As she just kind of goes, I feel like I want to try flying. We're going to cut from that scene.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I hate you, Kira.
To Ashlyn and Hadley outside.
Oh, God.
Making just the most amount of ruckus. Very briefly, Ashlyn, you see someone sort of crack their head open. Not crack their head open.
Crack their head open?
They just brain themselves on a wall. No, but just kind of like crack open the window and peek their head open. Peek their head was the word I was looking for. I'm sorry, I just got a full reminder of when Matthew Mercer, during one of the episodes of Critical Role, was just like...
Queef?
Not the queef, though that was funny.
Okay.
It was when he was like, you decide to go out and spread your legs. And it was to Fern, of all people. And you just see both Ashley and Liam be like... Because it was Fern and Orem that were heading out. Fern being the sexually promiscuous one, and Orem being gay. So... You're just like...
And then you see 11-year-old Bailey in the background just losing it.
Oh, absolutely. And Matt realizing he's fully lost the plot. Speaking of losing the plot, let's get back to it. You catch someone sort of peeking their head open really quick and giving you this, like, disapproving, like, fuck off look before heading back in.
It's nighttime. It's bedtime. It's school night.
Every night's
I'm gonna test
night.
tomorrow. I'm gonna test tomorrow, goddammit. Go to bed.
Go back inside! Ashlyn! God damn it!
And your music is just sort of being amplified with Hadley's magic as well. Before you start realizing that there are these spectral bunnies starting to, like, hop out of the door. Not through the door, because the door's not open. Through the doors. And out of your bedroom window. Does this in any way stop your music playing?
Ashlyn just shrugs. She's used to the white rabbits now. First it showed up on her diary cover. It doesn't faze her that much.
Yeah, you're just kind of doing this, and some of the rabbits sort of walk up to you and seem to be almost playfully hopping and dancing along to your music. Before, it seems that all of them get kind of spooked and flutter off in a different direction. You begin to try and play your instruments, but no sound comes out.
Oh, it's like every dream I've ever had.
What's going on?
Excuse me, Miss Ashlyn. Might I have a word?
Oh, shit.
Busted.
Austin!
Oh, hello, sir.
You turn to behold Professor Montgomery, the leader of your house, clad in what seems to be sort of night robes, fit for a monkey man, and just a face of... Honestly, he looks sort of sad. A little bit. I see that you are up to your old schemes again.
I just need to oil out my instruments, sir. I haven't played them in a long time.
I might have given you a bit of slack had you joined our school's choir or performing arts club. It saddens me, my dear. I thought that your newfound friend group would have been a good enough influence on you.
They are a good influence, sir.
Suppose it has been a long time between one of your performances. You understand, however, that as a member of the faculty, I cannot let this slide.
I know, sir.
And I do believe that the punishment should fit the crime.
Oh?
I'm aware
God.
that you are going to be helping throw a party for Miss Macy. I will not take you away from that. That is
Okay.
a side quest. It is a paid job, and I would not like to deny you your income. However, the day afterwards, the following Sunday, I do believe is the mock sports match between your friend Piper and Miss Kemi Hotstop.
Yes, I believe so, sir.
That is when your detention shall take place. Which means you
Okay.
will be unable to attend.
Sounds good, sir.
Oh, that's a bummer. I'm sorry, dude.
Thank
I
you for
understand,
making
sir.
this as painless as possible. And
It
I
is late,
hope that
sir.
the reaction you received from your house was worth it.
It was, sir.
Unfortunately, it wasn't really.
Now,
And Ashlyn said she didn't out that there was a reason, but she's keeping it the secret of another student that was in the building for the sake of whatever they were doing.
Yep, thanks. You're the best. You a
Which-
G.
would be fantastic had that person not been in the process of walking out of the front door towards you at the moment.
Yep.
As Mitchie and Alex sort of open up and notice Mr. Montgomery talking to the both of you. Oh, Ms. Everlock. Miss Dallas. It's good to see you.
Dallas? That's her last name?
Yes,
Mitchie
that is her last
Dallas?
name.
Cute.
Interesting. Miss Dallas, I would assume that you were woken up via the music. Yes, sir. I wasn't aware that there was some sort of a performance today. To which Mr. Montgomery goes, not scheduled, officially. I believe this might be a sort of spontaneous thing. Miss Ashlyn is known for her spontaneity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, interesting. I suppose the mind can work in a multitude of ways. Some plan and some prefer the expansion of the mind to all adaptive situations. You can tell that Mitchie is sort of trying to help you out here, but realizes you're in shit.
It's okay. I've been here before. Not the first time. Don't know it'll be the last time.
Miss Everlock, what are you doing here at such a late time?
And I just point to Ashlyn. I'm kind of like, I had a question for her. And then I couldn't find her. She was out here.
Please, look, I have technically no evidence to link you to this disturbance. Therefore...
Yeah, why would...
I will not enact any sort of punishment your way, especially because we are all adults here, and Miss Ashlyn can make decisions for herself.
He doesn't see the bunnies, right?
He does not. He does not seem to see the bunnies.
As this conversation is happening, I just make eyes with Ashlyn to be like, you see these things, right?
I give a slight nod, but like focus back on my
it's subtle, real subtle. Okay, cool.
You also see that Hadley kind of steps up. So, as much as I don't want to admit it, I sort of was in cahoots as well. You would never hear such an amazing performance if my magic did not amplify it, so... perhaps I should also be part of this punishment. Yes, I was about to get to you as well. However, I am not a fool. You will not be taking your punishments together. Actually, I believe, Sakrim, that you are not taking part in this party that is happening. You are not signed up for this particular side quest. He goes, yeah, man, not super aware of whatever party is going on, but I assume that if there is a party, and that my friend is helping with that party, that it is going to be, as the kids like to say, litty titty.
Litty titty.
Yes, I am sure. However, you may take your detention on the Saturday. I'm not going to be having the two of you together, mostly for my own headaches. He goes, harsh, but fair.
I look at Montgomery and I'm just like, what, you're not going to the party?
Isn't the party on Thursday?
I know he would never, but...
her birthday is on Thursday. She's having the party on the weekend.
Which, is it now Friday?
It is about that. Yeah, it's like going into the Friday. So it is the Thursday night, Friday morning.
Got it.
So the party is on the Saturday or the Friday?
The party is on the Saturday.
So the party's on Saturday. Tomorrow's Friday. We're going to probably have some shenanigans, and then we're...
And when was the second rounds of the trials happening? I thought that was on the weekend.
It is.
Yeah.
It is happening between the Friday and the Saturday. It is 2 days worth.
I just started making a calendar for this very reason.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I thought it was...
We were confused in the group chat when the party was.
So,
I thought it was
tomorrow,
like Thursday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the mock trial second section.
Friday.
That's what's happening tomorrow, right?
Yes. It is kind of like day one of the callbacks.
Second round.
Friday.
Saturday's party.
Sports.
Sunday is the grudge
Second.
match.
Callbacks.
I believe it was supposed to be Thursday because of the conversation between Alex and
It's
Toby.
fine.
As far as I remember,
Okay.
her birthday is the Thursday. But no one's
Her birthday was today.
no one's having a birthday on a Thursday on a school night. And I mean, you guys haven't even talked to this girl, so you don't know what kind of partier she is. You just know that she comes from a lot of money.
Please, she's a rich bitch. She'll have it on Thursday if she wanted to.
Yeah, Sonata's working on talking to Macy right now.
Yeah. But yes, you sort of give this look to to Mr. Montgomery, and he just kind of goes, Ms. Everlock, my partying days, unfortunately, have sort of passed me by. I decided to go into my studies and become as eloquent a speaker and writer as I could possibly be. It is, fortunately, I have not been able to give myself a lot of time for partying.
I stop him right there. And I'm like, you just gave detention to these two, and that's causing you not to go to the party. You're doing this to yourself.
I'm not going to the birthday party of one of my students. Plus...
What else is there better to do? Is there like a place that the teachers hang?
There's like a teacher's
Would that
lounge.
just be Skippy's?
Yeah.
It'd probably be really cool. Fantasy teachers lounge.
Fantasy teacher's lounge is lit as fuck.
Yeah.
But you've never been. Yeah, he just kind of goes, let us put it this way, Ms. Everlock. I was not invited.
Oh.
How
You're
rude.
looking at an invitation-only party, and they typically do not want teachers there. However, I go to socials, I go to get-togethers. More along my style. Miss Macy is
all.
a little bit outside of my comfort zone, the way that she likes to celebrate.
This was all just a distraction. Just to get him talking about this so that he maybe lessens detention things. And I'm like,
Go ahead.
well, but why don't you go?
Go ahead and give me a instinct check. And Ashlyn, you can do so as well.
My fear dice is rolling like shit tonight. 11.
11 with...
Hope. Fucking finally.
Hey, you want your fear dice to kind of roll like shit.
16.
Yeah, I do.
16 with hope.
16 with hope.
I'm taking a point.
Alex, yeah, you take your hope point, and that is kind of leaning towards, like, you think you're persuading this guy. It doesn't seem to be sort of going in the direction that you had thought.
Damn it.
It almost seems,
I
you almost
got
seem
a
to
low
see
hopes.
him sort of dissociate.
Oh.
You can't really tell why, but, like, the more of that you're bringing this up, the less it's going in your favor.
Okay.
Ashlyn,
He's tired.
this is a look that looks familiar to you. Prior to you meeting your adventuring party and everybody sort of having this this concept of you from what they saw. A lot of people did not want to hang out with you, with the exception of Hadley. You kind of were on your own for a very long time because people saw you in this light. And as you sort of look at Professor Montgomery being talked about, like, why don't you go to parties and stuff like this? And when he says, you know, I haven't been invited, you get the feeling he doesn't get invited to many.
Oh.
Like, even as a child or a teenager, you get the feeling that he was not invited, and he was not the kind of person to sort of go to an open party.
I get that.
And
I don't get
so
invited to things.
he sort of, you see, he kind of like blindly dissociates for a second before. Anyway, please,
Sir?
back to your dormitories.
Sir, can I just say one thing?
Of course.
We've all had our past, we have all had our own issues, but we all grow from them. I am learning that this was the first time in a long time that I've been able to do stuff with my friends, and I'm sorry I caused such a ruckus. I will still take the punishment of the detention, but remember to just be able to enjoy yourself. Just be able to enjoy the things you love. This place has given me more love than I had in years, sir.
He sort of looks back, kind of peeks his head to make sure everybody's sort of gone back to their rooms. I understand having to express bottled up emotions, Miss Ashlyn. People have their conceptions of what a monkey man is. Had I been a student when you were, I would probably turn a blind eye. Maybe even let loose a bit of a chuckle myself. I bestow this punishment on you as a member of the faculty and as part of my duty to contain the peace here at Defendus Academy. But yes, we grow from our adversities, and through that we find our strength. Now,
Thank you for your teachings, not to me, but everyone, including the newest members of our school. I don't see you as a monkey man. I see you as a wonderful professor that has taught a lot of great students.
you can see that there's a moment of conflict in his face as you say this. Yes, well, you find yourself in a minority position on that front. However, I don't believe you have ever cared much for thinking what others do not.
She's also a satyr. She totally gets the whole, like, animal thing.
Oh yeah, 100%. You've heard it. You've been teased a couple of times throughout your school days. Even in Defendus Academy, you know, being called like a horse, a goat, various different things. And it's,
horse.
yeah, you know, from people who, for in some instance, can't tell hoofed animals
Weird.
apart. Look, people are fucking making fun of you. I never said they were smart about it.
I honestly brush off the comments of students. I try and stick up for others. I've been wanting to stick up for Coach Bangspang because of what happened.
Yes,
Him,
I've heard that his classes have been lighter than usual.
you know the history between me and him, right? Him and Weber.
Yes, of course. We
There
were
is a
told on the
reason
day
why.
that you had appeared here.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of look at that, and, like, I look like, what the fuck? Appeared? And I'm gonna write that shit down. Appeared?
If it wasn't for those two giving me a chance, and everyone here, I would not have met so many people. People give chances, and chances can also you can learn from. And the fact that people may look upon people like us differently does not mean we should let those feelings control us of being feared, being less than them. We are one and the same in the sense of just because we look different does not mean we should be treated differently.
My only hope is that more people can have your level of insight. Now, it is far, far too late to be waxing philosophical.
What now? Sorry, like it's like, you know how like Ashlyn's like brain cell, her brain cell just went away. I'm like, what?
Make sure to get a good night's sleep. You will
Look at
have
him. That's a
a lot of upcoming interesting events in the meantime. Get your rest and enjoy your nights. But
You
don't
too,
enjoy
sir.
them too much. You just see as well, sort of Mitchie. There's a sort of sway to her, almost like an idle animation in a video game. Where she's just sort of swaying a little bit. She seems like she's very actively listening. And Mr. Montgomery sort of takes his leave, heads back into the school proper. Before Mitchie is... Sorry, I don't know if we've been properly introduced. You're Ashlyn and Hadley. Hi, my name is Mitchie.
Nice to meet you.
Very
I
nice
look
to
at you
meet
guys and I'm like, you guys are in a house together. You guys are both here.
Oh, so I'm
Three
like
of you.
super new to the house. Like maybe like my second week here. So I really haven't, kind of working on getting all my stuff in and, putting up together a little feng shui. If you want to come and visit sometime, I'm totally down for that. We could have sort of like a big group.
I look at her and I'm like, now?
Sure. You don't mind if things are a little bit messy right now, right? Okay.
I look at her and I'm like, you think I... No.
Miss Ashlyn, had Miss, and you just see Hadley is like, whatever, nothing, it's all vibes, baby, it's all vibes.
Alex relates.
And she goes, cool, sure, come with me.
Also, nice scarf.
Oh, thanks, it's been
Really
part of my
long.
style for a while now.
Looks good on you.
Thank you. You can hear like a little bit of a sound, like a little purr.
There's still bunnies all around here, right?
For the most part, they've left. You could see maybe a couple hopping in the halls, but for the most part, they've
Okay.
left. She walks in and brings you into her room. Now, I've introduced these as sort of miniature pocket dimensions that can be altered to fit the whim of the person that's inside of it.
My dream.
Going into this, how many people here have seen Encanto?
Yep.
Okay.
This
You
tracks.
are looking at the little kid's room. The little animal power kid.
Yeah. The one that they all get to go explore. Yeah.
Yes. So that, on a slightly smaller scale, is a very sort of foresty atmosphere, with little, like, miniature trees that seem to sort of float down these pink petals that you've never seen before. And she's like,
So a mix of Isabella's uh and the kiddos' room.
yes. Except
You could
you're not
perfectly
super
melt them.
familiar with these sort of
Oh.
pink petals and like little
Yeah,
flowers that are
uh-huh.
around. As they come by, and she goes, right, so like I said, I apologize. Sakura trees, they shed quite often, but they make for like a wonderful little carpet you can just kind of walk through.
Love it.
And she ushers you all in, closes the door, and when she does, she just kind of goes, okay, you're good. And Ashlyn, you watch as a small little head pops out of this scarf. Like beady little, like golden brown eyes as it flies off of her neck and sort of begins to float around this room.
Pretty.
That's long. We met a while back. Saved my life. And now we've been friends ever since.
I like it.
So what's this party that you guys are talking about? This big, rager that's been going on.
So
Is this not something I'm supposed to know?
I honestly still don't know. Like, I was asked to help out with this. We
Kind of
don't
gives
really
the details are a little flunky.
Like, we don't know, like, what the theme is. We do not really know that much about Macia, and then they're rich.
Okay, so
We're
rich
working on it.
person
Work in progress.
party. Is this to celebrate anything specifically?
Their birthday, which was apparently... What day is it right now?
About 1 or
Kira?
2 hours into Friday.
Kira, do you have a theme in mind already for this party?
Macy has a theme in mind, but is open to suggestions.
The reason I ask is because B was wondering when we get the theme just to let her know. I have a feeling she's just trying to work on outfits and stuff.
Ah, yes.
I know she's gonna be the one to work on, like, getting that info, but we can roleplay that later.
I realized that I went and checked that, and then that messed with all of the videos. So at least you know
Oops.
we're not professional here. I'm going to...
I could also just have B pick. It could be like, whatever you want, babe.
I'm going to send a message to B in private. If you guys want to sort of have a talk amongst yourselves.
Ah, sweet. Hi. Just kidding. Hey, Dawn.
I'm Robot Dawn.
Robot Dawn. Boop-a-doo. Boop-boop-a-doo. Boop-boop-a-doo-doo. Yeah, Dot.
Test.
Hey,
1,
we
2,
can hear
3.
you again.
Okay.
A little bit better.
Why do I feel like Piper had sent Sonata a list of she's preferred flavors as well?
Robot again.
Not really. Yeah, just kidding. It's pretty
I mean-
rough.
Can't do anything.
But yeah, that's still real bad, Dawn.
What did you say?
They can't hear anything, Alex.
You are...
Okay, I can hear that.
Yeah, I was like, you are real rough to try and make out.
Oh, how about on our way over... on our way over to Mitchie's room, I'll just kind of look at Ashlyn and be like, "You saw the bunnies, right?"
Why not? Yes, I did.
I'll just be like, "That might have been my fault."
It was a good. I give them a thumbs up.
Do you you get do you have a journal that just spawns rabbits?
It never has spun rabbits. I've only ever written it.
Well, that happened when I touched it. It was shaking.
Huh. Well, that's new. The only things I hear from it is when I hear my brother's voice.
What? What?
Yeah, like,
and the-
even Mitchie is like, I'm sorry, you're hearing voices out of a diary.
Yes.
You gotta know that doesn't, like, is it enchanted?
No idea. It just showed up one day.
Do you, because I get the feeling, well, because you're magic, can you, like, ascertain what kind of magic it is, or if you're just, I don't want to say
I just
going
know-
crazy, because I don't want to make it seem like maybe that's offensive.
Oh, I've been going crazy since the first time I lost my name.
Pardon me, the first time you lost your name?
Yeah.
Nods.
Is this like a dead name scenario? Should I not be calling you Ashlyn?
No. I gave my name to the Fae on accident. It was a ladybug with a clipboard, and they were asking for names.
It's a ladybug with a clipboard was asking for your name. You lost your name, but then got it back. And
Yes.
now your diary speaks to you with the voice of your brother.
And that's what you
Yes.
missed on Glee.
Right.
By the way, the name I went by was my middle name, so it's not a dead name.
Oh. Okay.
Now is middle name.
That's
it's
When I
always
look
been
at I look at Ashlyn and I'm like, last name? Do you have
Yes,
have
I
we
do have a
talked?
last name.
It's like
Daggerthorn.
Daggerthorn. Yeah. It was like it's something like that.
I'm gonna add a T
We're
to
playing
that, 'cause I thought
Daggerthorn
it was
with Daggerheart. Oh, there's a T in there. Okay, are we back? You're good, Kira?
Yeah, we're good.
I just kind of look at Mitchie as we're kind of like entering the room. She's kind of doing this thing, and then I'm like, kind of just been trying to look into her eyes a little bit to see if there's still a rabbit in there, or if I'm just crazy.
How intensely are you looking into this girl's eyes?
I'm gonna like as we kind of step into the room, kind of we close the door. I like grab her intensely, like very intense.
She like
and like
is like
Oh.
fully red in the face.
I like fully inspect her, like get in, just kind of.
You
And
can
then
see
realize,
the
like,
occasional sort of pop that sort of goes quickly past her eyes. She's just kind of like, Lex, are you? Hi. Not are you hi, but hi.
Kind of like like I'm looking and I'm like, I realize like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, oops.
No, people are different in certain social situations. Do you want something to drink?
Is Ashlyn still
Sure.
in there or no?
Yeah, you're fully watching this.
Yeah, just kind of nods my head.
Cool. Ashlyn, Hadley, can I get you guys something?
Ashlyn pulls out a tin can from her pocket.
Do you
She
drink
brought her own cup.
metal?
No, she brought her own cup.
And no, she just, and she opens up the can with her horn and just sips from it.
Wonderful. Okay. Hadley, and he's like, yeah, whatever you got, I'm chill. This kind of like a foresty area. Is there like are we gonna be drinking like rainwater? We could? I don't recommend it. It doesn't have a good taste. Yeah.
pH is all off.
I'll take some rainwater.
I love Hadley. I forgot he was with us.
Yeah. I strive to be as chill as you are. So she sort of like shakes out a tree of its like like water, like it's dew.
Delicious.
Like, into a cup.
Delicious.
And gets like a lemon lime soda kind of thing for you and her. Kind of leaves Ashlyn to her own devices. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do before this sort of comes to a close as like a big hangout sleepover thing?
The bunnies in her eyes. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And I just kind of like, I guess as we kind of are we just sleeping here? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, she's sort of invited you guys over for like a big, sleepover under the stars. They're magically enhanced stars, but it looks like a nightscape.
Okay. I'll just kind of like, because I feel like if I tell her that there's bunnies in her eyes, she's gonna be like, what? So I'll just look at Ashlyn and be like, honestly, I think I'm just gonna take a sip of my lemon lime soda. It's been a long day, and just collapse a little bit. Not like, I don't know, am I going to sleep tonight? That wasn't the plan. It was originally the plan, but like, your girl needs sleep at some point. Although, how's that doing right now, Kira? What's up with that? Can I go another night, or is this just gonna go to shit at this point?
You are going to eventually start to, like, your body is going to start to lose certain functions. Because you do not have the required energy in your body at this point to be able to go at even regular speed.
Yeah.
Because this would, I believe, be your 4th day in a row staying up.
Probably. Yeah.
You would risk, unless you were magically or chemically enhanced, you would risk, like, passing out at any moment.
Right. Remind me what we had going as far. We have a machine. I have to write this down somewhere. We have a machine somewhere that is... We're working on, like, getting a magical, arcane/mechanical method. I do have a mechanical method now. If I were to drop this and restart it, it would be able to...
The next time that you were to activate your ability, you could instead put it into this machine. And this machine would hold on to that for you, so that you didn't have to.
Right.
But if you wanted a new target, you would have to drop the one that's in the machine.
Yes. and we were also working on a way for me to. We have a method for me to stay up right now.
Yeah, so you had one dosage of that. Ector was only comfortable with giving you one dosage of that.
Fair, but he was also working on something as well, getting some other method of this.
He is working on getting gloves that do not give him electrical damage when
Yes.
doing this, and his
Okay.
his contract with you was that if he was able to do that, you would get sleep.
Oh, that's right. I did say that, didn't I?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? Cool. This is this bed. There's a bed in here that is probably the coziest place I've been in a very long time.
You're not expecting it either, because as you lay down amongst what looks like a sort of collection of leaves, right?
Mhm.
It is like if a beanbag bed smelled of a fresh forest.
Yum.
Like, imagine like being surrounded by car fresheners. It is just like you wonder why in the hell your like for like a split second you wonder why in the hell your bedroom is so boring. You're just like,
I know why.
I got a bedroom. It just does. I have a desk. I have a bed. It's what I do. But this is like, oh yeah, I forgot that like we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what comfort is like to Michi.
Mm-hmm. For the record, one of the reasons Alex doesn't have a really nice room like this is because comfort is intentionally not valued.
Yeah. I get behind that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Alex is going to snuggle up. Bless! I cast Bless, Zach! Yeah, no, we couldn't hear you. I just saw you sneeze.
It doesn't stack. Bless only goes once.
Only bless you once.
Oh.
So Alex kind of like snuggles up. Hasn't slept in days. And finally, you know, I think what she does, you'll get a kick out of this, Kira. Instead of counting sheep, she's gonna be counting rabbits.
Oh, I love that.
I just forgot
And-
Ashlyn's sleeping after this.
So yeah, there's just bunnies hopping around in her brain right now, and she passes out.
The sort of bunnies begin
Fucking
to like
Finally.
jump, and there's the comfort of the counting bunnies and the sort of a leaf bed that you're in, mixed with the worry of, you know, why there are bunnies in this girl's eyes and
And
all
why are
this.
there bunnies in my brain?
and in your brain.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking and I'm like,
And you feel sort of a blanket get put over top of you. You know, Michi grabs a blanket that looks a little bit out of place in this foresty area. This looks like a blanket you would find in a house. And sort of has to sort of lean down to put it over top of you. And, like, as you sort of look up and see her there, she is just, like, meets your gaze for a quick second. You can see that, like, nervousness of, like, when you grabbed her face, and she's just like... and then gets up and sort of walks over to her own area.
the last thing I think of as I'm going to sleep, is I'm kind of thinking of bunnies, like, and then in the last moment before bed, I want to just see that ping and know that it's gonna slip away.
You feel it, you reach for that ping,
Feel that little bit.
and the moment that it slips back into your radar is the moment you lose consciousness. The following day...
The end of an era, y'all. Wait, can I take a minute and go pee?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to describe how Ashlyn
Oh
was
yes,
sleeping.
Ashlyn, please let me know.
So, when she falls, when she lays down there, she goes out real quick, but you know, how, she has, one, arm, sticking out, but, she's just snoring. She's just all spread out. Sorry, I've been imagining it as, she's all spread out, one arm, maybe one arm even in the air.
It is a stark contrast to, Alex being all curled up, and then, this little snuggle thing between Mitchie and Long, and then it just, smash cuts to fucking... to frat boy Ashlyn, who is just, one fucking leg in the air, propped up against a tree, arm, slumped over a log, and just a good...
Sorry, I'm just I feel like it's a good opposite.
I love that.
Passed out from being satyr girl wasted.
Also, welcome back, Alec.
And just a Hadley off to the side being like, some people are just so different. And he just sort of hands up, leaned against a tree, big ass grin on his face as he lifts off to sleep. The next day is preparations. Sonata comes back to you all to inform you of what the sort of base idea for the party is. So Macy does not have a theme in mind, right? It's not gothic-y, princessy, fucking Willy Wonka, whatever.
It's not Lilo and Stitch.
It's not Lilo and Stitch. It's not really anything. But the look on Sonata's face is something that she was not expecting. Having talked to this hoity-toity rich high elf, or not high elf, Qatari.
Okay. She's a Qatari?
She's a Qatari.
Nice. Okay.
This is your typical teenager rager.
Oh,
So
love it. How pretty.
It turns out.
Pretty.
It turns out that she has a very sort of front-loaded, prim and proper personality. Right? If you were to speak to Macy, she is a very nose in the air, looking down on the peasants, sort of oh yes, I'm Richie Rich, the rich bitch. And then when she finds out that you guys are running the party, it is a full-on, violence, debauchery, mosh pit, dance floor.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Alcohol, drugs, just... she says there's going to be side rooms. Do not go in the side rooms unless you want to be scarred for life.
Alex is so here for this.
You guys are going to be sort of handling your stations, and you are to stick to your stations. But yes, she says, if you guys have a theme or something that you want to go with and it helps you, go for it. But she's under no circumstances do we have a chandelier or anything like that, unless someone is swinging from it.
Ah!
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna pull another Annabelle. I'm not pulling another Annabelle. I'm a bouncer. Bounce, bounce, bounce.
Bounce.
It's actually funny, right? Because As Sonata is explaining that she mentions who all will be part of this party, Macy had an idea of, like, what each person would be doing, and none of you, save for the twins, Piper and Sonata, they was like, I completely understand what you guys are doing. Right? Like, Sonata is this very sort of demure girly girl, like, doing the,
That's a perfect word for
doing the, like, designs and stuff like that. She's like, yeah, makes sense. Piper, catering. Nothing more needs to be said. And then, like, Captain Calathea Swiftbeat immediately is like, oh, we got ourselves a good bouncer. Nope. Setup crew.
Hard muscle.
And it's like, okay, who the fuck is our bouncer? And it's like, Ashlyn and Kasha. Sorry, the prank kid is the bouncer? Like, do you have any idea how useful she would be in the club? This shit could look like Blade.
Yeah. That's not wrong. This could be cool.
But and then Alex, DJ. What?
No.
Well, Alex and Hector.
Alex bartend.
Alex bartend, and Hector as DJ, and going, sorry, the quiet kid, and the robot.
Ultimate.
And it kind of goes, robot DJ actually might be kind of cool. Bartender who doesn't speak to the customers. Okay, we're not getting a lot of tips on the bartending area, but that's fine.
You tasted my drinks.
I mean, at least you'll be good at listening to people.
It's true.
The best listener.
So, Macy is going to sort of, over the course of the Friday, is going to come up to each one of you. And when she approaches, you notice sort of a black and gray spotted leopard, almost, Qatari woman. Has a very sort of regal position about her. Hair pulled up into like a very tight bun. As she approaches, she will approach Calathea. She notices you in the halls. Oh, hello there. You must be the captain of that barbaric sports team.
It's just like going through like a notebook because it's also tryouts. It's just going like through all the information. It's just like, hi, hello.
Hi, hello. Yes, you're part of the larger group that has been hired to perfect my birthday party.
She stops for a moment. The book shuts. She goes, right, yes.
If I may have a private conversation with you for a second, can't have the riffraff knowing about the party, right? It's invite only.
Certainly.
Sort of pulls you aside into like an empty classroom, and just like sort of locks the door and says, okay, so we're going to be setting up some very interesting instruments. Now, I do have my own personal setup crew for the side rooms. If you would like to be part of that, you can. Just, mum's the word.
We're doing so many those drugs better be so good.
So you have your
has
own
a dealer.
setup crew. So
I would assume.
What is... Calathea's just sitting there for a moment trying to think, like, why am I even needed for this? Like, in her head, it's like, okay.
Yes, we need construction of the bar area. We will also have, certain tables and seating arrangements that will need to be put in certain positions. And, well, how are you with sprinkler, installing?
Harold's are actually like,
question.
I guess eyebrow kind of just raises a bit. She's like, I could brush up on it.
Wonderful. Lovely. We may need to do some cleaning out of the pipes afterwards. Not needed, but if you'd like to stick around and do so, that would be lovely. We're going to be setting up the sprinkler systems to, instead of water, bring out Patron. So, let's hope we don't actually have a fire, because if so, we're all going to burn.
Patron.
Tequila. It's an
Okay,
alcohol... oh, yes, sorry.
I will make sure to appropriate some fire extinguishers and make sure they're hidden in easily accessible locations.
Very good, yes. Make sure that we know where they are, but that they're not, like, super visible, because I don't want to sort of bring down the vibe.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of paranoid
understandable.
people getting fucked up for the first time, so, we don't want them to think that we're setting up for a fire.
Certainly.
You have one of
If there's a fire, don't use the sprinklers.
If there's a fire and the sprinkler systems go off, you're all going to burn.
We will. It will be bad.
Althea is thinking to the backside of her head, it's like, what did I sign up for?
You also have a friend of yours, that one of your sports mates that is going to be joining you, correct?
Yes.
Wonderful. She reaches into her backpack and pulls out two sort of like clips of stacks of paper and hands them to you. These are non-disclosure agreements. I'm going to need both of you to sign those and have those returned to me by the end of the night.
Oh fuck, a whole ass NDA.
Yeah.
Like, she just grabs them and shoves it into her folder for the day.
Wonderful. Okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. Now I need to find the little one.
Which little one?
Oh, I spoke to the other little one. I need to find the little one that looks like the other little one, but like in a crop top.
In a crop top, but in a crop top.
Little one in a crop top.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Didn't expect the other one, like the frillier girly one, but like the other one looks like they like to.
She kind of looks at the her watch or phone. Her phone looks at the time. It's like, okay, so she's probably between classes right now. Probably you'd find her in rooms XXX or whatever it is for the bakery club. It's like,
Yeah.
I assume there's possibly a lot of preparation, so she'll probably be there.
Oh, yes, wonderful. All right, very well. Thank you. She sort of, as she's opening the door, thank you for your time, and it will be a lovely celebration of my birth. Toodaloo, off you go.
Toodaloo, cheerio.
Toodaloo, pip pip.
As soon as she leaves, the door closes. She kind of puts down the book, sits down, and just goes like, "What the fuck?"
She heads off to the baking club, which baking club has started early today because there is a catering that needs to be done, and there was a recommendation among the both of you, you and Amelia, that the earlier the start, the better. Before, it is sort of you and Amelia on your own for a couple hours before the rest of the people show up. And You're not expecting a knock on the door, but you get one. And Amelia just kind of goes, huh. Goes over, opens the door, and you see this Qatari woman that you assume to be Macy from Sonata's description. Hello there, this must be your baking club.
Piper's immediate response is to pick up a clipboard. Now, you've got to realise, Piper's the one who dragged everyone into this, first of all. And second of all, there's a lot of things behind catering, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of things that go into it. So Piper has a list. Piper has a full-blown clipboard of questions that Piper needs to ask.
Yeah, 100%.
Piper's just there like, oh, are you Macy?
Oh, yes, may I come in?
Of course.
Yes, hello, you must be Piper, you must be Sonata's sister.
Yeah.
And, you, Miss, Amelia, because, yeah, how can we help you? Or maybe, I think Piper has a couple of questions for you. Oh, really? Oh, yes, my dear, please.
Piper just basically asks about, like, any dietary requirements, any allergies, anything that needs to be avoided, basically, in the food. So that, like...
Luckily, no, dairy allergies, and those who do will be taking their, lactose pills, because what is a party without sweet treats? And kind of looks over to see that nobody else, you won't have people coming in for a little bit, will you?
Baking Club's not for a while. It's just us two here until Baking Club. We have Baking Club later, but not for a bit. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Sort of, spins and flops her backpack down on the floor, opens it up, takes out a very large sandwich bag of an herb, and sort of leans across to you. So what are your skills with baking herbs into delicious sweet treats?
I've baked cupcakes for a ladybug with a clipboard who stole my friend's name. And they were magical cupcakes.
You're going to be a fucking treat. Okay. This very small amounts of this will enhance the flavor, if you catch my drift, of these baked treats where we'll all be talking to ladybugs threatening to steal our names. So we're looking to sort of not compromise the flavor of the treats while still maximizing the effect, if you catch my drift.
Well, there should be a good amount of measurement. I can do that. I just need to figure out the measurement. It shouldn't take too long. I'm pretty good with those.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you just see fucking... you just see Amelia is like... full, what the fuck are we doing?
Just going along with it. It's Piper.
Yeah, Piper is like, fuck yeah, I'm making weed brownies, let's go. Amelia is like, what am I doing? She goes, wonderful. Dietary restrictions. I do have, I would say leave any sort of, fresh pineapple out of anything. Things with pineapple flavoring are fine because they are just sort of like a citric acid mixed with yellow number 5 or whatever the fuck it is. But any sort of fresh pineapple, I know that is someone that just absolutely goes right through their system. Quite literally, they are an ooze creature.
Understandable. I will leave fresh pineapple out of any baked treats. No pineapple upside down cake. Okay.
Wonderful. This is just a just a beautiful scenario here. You know, do not judge a book by its cover. I mean, you hang around with the godly girl over here, and it turns out that you guys are quite the party machines. And she's like, we certainly are. It just gives a look over to you, Piper, as like, what the fuck?
And Piper's just looking, just kind of like, here's the thing. This, in a sense, doesn't faze Piper because Piper was the queen bee of a high school.
Yep.
Piper's dealt with people like this before on being the popular kid. This doesn't faze Piper.
Nope.
Because high school.
Piper just has a very stone cold, like, yeah, this is a party. What do you want about? And she's just like, okay. She also takes out 2 NDAs for the both of you. You must understand that I have a bit of a reputation to uphold, and so, there will be no pictures being taken, there will be no video being grabbed, except by the people I have specifically hired to do so. Do not go in the side rooms unless you're really freaky like that. Yes, just for the most part, stick to your stations and all shall be good. Please have this signed and returned to me by the end of the day.
Of course. We'll make sure that obviously have to read it through to check for everything. I don't expect you to do anything bad, but it's the way things are.
Oh, you'd be a fool if you didn't.
Pippa's father works for the queen. Like, obviously, he's probably mentioned stuff like this.
Read a contract. Always read it through, or have someone smarter than you do it.
And also, Piper's fairy. Like, Piper has at least the base ideas of don't agree to anything without checking the terms and conditions.
Yes, absolutely. Your species of people fucks with people for fun. Like, this is always read the fine print. She sort of takes her leave as you see her assume her more regal stature as she leaves and sort of closes the door. And Amelia is like, that's a big bag. Wow. Okay. So, didn't see that one coming. I was thinking, like, macarons, hors d'oeuvres, some, like, Beauty and the Beast shit.
And it just, Piper
By the
just
great stuff, it's delicious.
Piper just kind of gives a laugh at that and is like, parties will be parties. And also don't judge a book by its cover. I've been to a fair few parties in my time, so doesn't faze me, but I will not be going in those side rooms.
No. Usually I find that if someone has a side room, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
Sorry?
These should be hard to make. These should be hard to make into stuff. We just need to make sure we don't go too overboard on it, but still have enough to keep the effect, of course, which should be pretty easy to balance.
Yes, I suppose. Are we going to have non-contaminated options?
A few at least. Probably because looks at how big the bag is. But also knows how overboard... Like, you've got to realise how overboard Piper can go when it comes to baking, right?
Yo, yeah.
Piper just looks. I probably could make more than enough stuff that we would run out of this. So yeah. There will be definitely some stuff without it in.
Great. Yeah, because let's color coordinate them or something, because I don't want to accidentally, like, yeah, you know. Piper, I'm gonna get you to make... What would this be? Give me an instinct reaction roll. if you
And my
would.
instinct sucks. It's not my worst thing, but it does kind of suck.
That's my best thing.
That landed one. Actually, no, that didn't. I pushed on it and it stayed. Like, you know what I mean? That's a 17. No, 18. I forgot the plus one.
18.
Yep.
Okay, wonderful.
I rolled max on my fear dice.
Calathea as well, can I get you to make an instinct reaction roll?
Instinct reaction roll. Alrighty.
I will make...
Ah. Neat. Double force.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Double fours. I will say... Piper, you don't notice anything. Calathea, for a brief moment, as you are sort of reconvening with Zini and, you know, sharing these NDAs and what Macy has talked to you about. So I'm gonna... I mean, you can pop in, B. That's perfectly fine. Because we're gonna be going to break very soon before the actual party. And then I will set up everything for when that happens. Calathea, you can feel something try to mess with your mind. But sort of instinctually as you would raise a shield in real life, it just kind of like bounces off as you're like, fuck, get out of here. You look around, you don't really see anything.
Shit.
Alex.
Yes.
It takes later on in the day, before Macy is able to find you, as you sort of have this ability to blend into a crowd very easily. But eventually Macy does sort of track you down by way of social circles, asking around, is fully aware that you are the child of a teacher. And you get the feeling that they may have just straight up asked your mom, like, hey, where would they be at this point? And sort of finds you during the lunch times and sort of, like, puts a tray down, like, directly in front of you. Hello there. You will be, I've heard so much about my new bartender.
Nods my head. Like a single nod.
Lovely. So, what exactly are your skills in mixology?
What is she asking? Like, how good am I at making drinks?
Yeah, like, what are your knowledge of cocktails? Like, do you know your portions? That kind of thing.
That's a great question. Let's find out. Really good.
So you just kind of give, like, a very confident sort of, like, one of these things, like, that's fine.
Yeah, like you'll be fine.
She goes, wonderful. And I believe that your friend, Mr. Etchter, is going to be a DJ, sort of a robot man. Wonderful, wonderful.
Smiles at that. Like he's awesome. You'll like it.
It is actually at this point that Ector shows up, like, sort of approaches you on your side of the table, and you can see that he has these sort of metallic sapphire-laced gloves on.
Sweet.
And he goes, I have I have upholded my end of the bargain. No electricity shall touch these hands. And you?
And I look at him and I'm weirdly look tired, more tired than normal. But I'm like, I slept.
And he goes,
Held my side too.
very good, very good. Hello there, miss. And she goes, Macy, you must be Etcher. Hector, but I understand this is the commonality between the common tongue where the CH sound would make. And she goes, yes! Lovely. There will be sort of, Arcanotech electrical spires that will be set up at multiple points throughout the room. He goes, actually, that works perfectly. I plan on making music using various forms of electricity. I'm sorry? Yes, I will be waving my hand in between forms of electricity, allowing strobe lighting effect to take place, as well as being able to sort of play how you call electro-dance music.
I look at Macy at that, nod, like raise my eyebrows a little bit, like I asked the right person.
Fucking no notes. Okay, these are
No notes.
just no notes. She's just like probably the most straightforward conversation I've had today. You are directed to the point and you don't speak, so honestly, I think this is going to work perfectly. These are your NDAs. Please have these signed and returned to me by the end of the day. Stay away from the side rooms unless you're a little bit weird.
I look at her. I look at the NDA. In a, who the fuck am I gonna tell?
He goes, well, this covers written and telepathic contact as well. So
Covered all your bases. Okay.
I have a bit of a reputation to uphold. You understand?
I look at her and I say, like, what's your drink of choice?
Yeah, as you kind of like begin to sort of build a menu, and she goes, "Oh, Long Island's. I prefer to go from 0 to 100 fucking quick."
Surprises no one.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I assume I'll probably have like a drink book with me, just brushing up on it. And I flip it open to an AMF and show it to her.
Okay, this is going to be fun. Yes, if you have any questions, I would say ask me, but you sort of don't do that. Have him ask me? Or like...
I'll just be like, it's fine. We'll be fine. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it.
Carrier pigeon?
I look at that one and I'm like, that's the one I'll do. You got her.
You know what? There are enough druids in this school. I feel like you would send me a carrier pigeon. Fair enough.
I also look before she goes.
Oh?
I hold her off. And I like point to my clothing. And I'm like, how do you want me to dress?
Well...
Is it like a super, you want me to look super formal? Is this a, like, I could just wear whatever the fuck?
This is not formal attire. There will be people wearing extravagance. There will be people wearing nothing. Try and, I don't know, try to find maybe something in between.
Meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
I mean, you will not be talking to the customers as much, so if you wanted to wear something that would be a lot more enticing, I won't, there's no sort of dress code. But if you come
She
in
wants
like
me
a
in
full...
lingerie.
Yeah, she's basically like saying if you wanted to come in like plunging fucking neckline dress, lingerie, she probably would not give a shit if you wanted to bartend naked. Like,
Awesome.
she's basically just like, don't come in a
My kind of client.
three-piece suit because then you're gonna look weird.
My kind of client. I'm here for it.
Yeah, and she sort of gets up and leaves. Hector sort of sits down. I like her. She is very direct.
I'm here. I think this is Alexa kind of melting into Alex a little bit. I do this a lot, which in ASL is like samesies.
Yeah. Force of habit. I do that at work too, Alexa.
I do it all the time, and I would totally see Alex doing that.
I can as well, 100%. Can I get an instinct reaction roll from you, please?
Yes, ma'am. Let's see.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's beautiful.
11, 12.
12.
With, oh, it's not. It doesn't matter. But again, my fear dice rolling like shit. So, hey.
Yeah, you
I've rolled
just...
like a 3, a 2, and a 1 all night.
You just get this feeling like this party is going to be awesome. And that
I'm here for it.
you just don't really need to worry that much.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And, you know, you get that... You were kind of having a sleepover with Hadley the other day. You get kind of like a little bit of a Hadley vibe, where you're just like, things are going to be good.
It was just last night.
It was just last night, and you just sort of feel your muscles sort of relax, like the tension's gone.
Maybe that's just the fact that I slept.
Yeah.
Could be. Mm-hmm. Here for it.
Ashlyn,
Okay.
you are found probably in the Artificers Club,
Working on the party cannon.
working on the party cannon. And you just hear, by the gods, who let you have a firearm?
Hey.
Well, I'm
You
not
must be
saying that it's not
Macy.
incredibly fun. I'm saying there should be militaries here. Anyway, hello, hi, Macy.
Ashland.
Ashlyn, yes. Oh, I've heard tale of your disruptions. Could I pull you
Yeah.
aside for a second?
Yeah, is anyone using the practice room? The testing room?
You just see
Over.
Toby as he's sort of testing out spellbound wands, like wands that they have put spells into. We can clear out for a second if you want to use it.
Sounds good.
Okay, yeah, perfect. We'll just sort of leave our materials here. Please don't touch them.
Definitely touch them.
He begins to file out with a couple of his friends, and you go in, shut the door behind
I
you.
pressed the soundproof button on the wall.
Absolutely. It goes completely soundproof. Oh, that's a neat trick. You wouldn't happen to
don't
know
love it.
how to do that, like replicate this, would you?
No.
What
the only
does?
thing I know how to replicate is this, and pulls out a tin can from her pocket.
You can replicate tin cans?
Oh no, I can replicate snack bags of holdings for pockets.
Snack bags of holdings. You might have just created the Munchie's wet dream.
I did not create this. This is just a copy of something else.
How interesting. I may talk to you about that afterwards, but let's get down to the nitty gritty. What the fuck are you doing as a bouncer?
Oh, have we...
Yes, Macy,
Yes.
birthday girl. You are a fucking... You're a ticking time bomb as a person. Why are you not in
Have you not heard of a friend named Fred?
I heard about what went down a couple of days ago. Did not know he had a name. That's ever so slightly concerning. But, yes, I suppose that you would make a great bouncer, and as well as this Kasha woman I've never met. But, it just seems like wasted potential.
Yeah, I don't do parties. I'm fine with being outside the party and just making sure people who are invited stays in and people that are not invited stay out.
Wonderful. Well, yeah, I mean, to each their own. I will never attempt to influence someone to come into our parties. They are a little bit wild.
Question. Is this party, like, is it people have invites or is it password?
It is an invite only, so...
So I meant, like, will there be, like, physical invites that I can see, or they'll have a password to get in?
They will give you a name, and I will have... Actually, here, reaches into her bag and sort of pulls out on a
You get to have a clipboard. Clipboard.
She does, in fact,
Take a drink.
pull out a
Take a
clipboard.
drink for every time we have said clipboard in this episode.
It's a bingo card, and the
episode
word
only.
clipboard is just the free space. But she does, in fact, have quite an extensive guest list that she hands to you. So, yes, they will hand you their name. This is not a sort of +1 situation, so if their name is not on there, they are not getting in.
Gotcha. Will they give me their ID or not? Because
if I've invited these people, I know for certain what their ages are. Especially because
no, I meant,
sort of...
like, for, like, looking, like, what their appearance looks like.
Oh! Shapeshifters. Yes. Yeah. Interesting. That is actually a very good point. I could have a blood recognizer. Yes.
Oh.
I would have a blood recognizer, at the doors. Just get them to sort of prick a finger there. As far as I know, everyone there, except for one of my friends who is an ooze creature, will have blood. However, shapeshifters cannot shapeshift into ooze-like creatures, so I think we're fine on that front.
Sounds good. What time do you want me to be there by before the party starts?
Party will be starting around 5 p.m., so I would say get there to set up around 3.
Sounds good.
There are also non-disclosure agreements. You understand, no photography, no video, no sort of written or telepathic talk about this party to anybody that I haven't personally hired.
Sounds good.
And yes, well, to be fair, I may have harshly judged you. You were quite intellectual. And here I was sort of seeing you on the surface as some sort of class clown, as it were. And to that, I give you my apologies.
Good. Just because I may look dumb does not mean I can be smart.
Suppose
I did my
that is true.
research. I'd have to be a bouncer.
Well then, I look forward to watching you bounce.
And Ashlyn just bounces like twice.
Yes, how very literal of you. Also, you're making a party cannon.
Yes.
I may have to talk to you after this party for a magnitude of reasons. We will be doing deals in the future.
Sounds good.
Ta-ta, cheerio, have those on my desk by the end of the night.
Sounds good.
Sonata, of course, already has hers.
Do you not want to make me an instinct roll?
Yes. Let's go ahead and get an instinct roll from you, please. Okay.
I'm glad this is a reaction, not a regular, because I just rolled a 12 on my fear die.
Yeah, for reactions, that's very good.
That'll be a 24.
Wait, did you roll 2 12s, or do you have a bonus?
I rolled a 12 and a 9, then I have a +3.
24. Yeah, you don't notice anything. Nothing can penetrate the chaos mind that is Ashlyn. And so, you all go off to make your various preparations, and before the party begins, when we have everybody here, I am going to get a roll each from each of you to see how well your stations go. Is there anything that we wanted to do before going to break?
Alright, so
Well, it's
Parties.
mock sports day.
I was trying to figure out like this whole schedule now. I got a little confused.
It's mock sports trial 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Today.
So, Calathea, are you
That after break.
participating in today's and tomorrow's?
There's a
Oh, by this-
tomorrow?
Yeah, because there's
How's
one
this
on
week
Friday
going?
and there's one on Saturday. There's 2 pieces.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that the setup crew doesn't really need to be there after the setup.
oh, good point.
Yeah, and this will all be taking
kinda-
place before the party anyway.
We're kind of mostly there to put up and take down. And after finding out that she's planning on having freaking tequila spray out from the sprinkler systems, and all this other stuff, it's kind of like she's like, "Oh yeah, party. I guess I'll be there for." Oh, it's one of those type of parties. Okay, maybe not.
Plus, like, all of your mock sports stuff will be taken care of before this party even begins.
But yeah, even now she's probably gonna do both days. She is. I mean, it is her. It's her club. It's her team. She's gonna be probably over dedicated to everything.
Now, my question to you: do you have anybody who you would like to test yourself that has gotten to the second round? Because you know that Amelia and Kasha have made it to the second round. You know that Mitchie, I believe, has made it to the second round, but you're not super aware of Mitchie. I don't believe any of the other named characters made it to the second round. Looking through... No. So, are you just sort of going through the motions, as it were? Or is there somebody that you would like to test specifically? Because you know that this is singles.
Yeah. Let's see, Michi was the druid. Seraph was.
Mitchie's the ranger.
Michi's ranger.
Amelia is the seraph, and Kasha's the druid.
Kasha's the druid. All three have good potential, I think. At least to his perspective, they would have been all very good prospects. I'm gonna get a D3 out.
Because of course you have a D3. because you have cursed dice.
I do have Kristen. Call it.
Oh. Shit.
Call it.
You say call it?
Call it. That's a cocked dice. So roll again.
I don't know what I'm
Call
calling.
it.
It's not a coin.
There's 3 people,
Okay.
right?
Oh, like which one I want
1,
for
2, or
which?
3. Yeah.
Amelia 1, Kasha 2, Mitchie 3.
That looks like it's a Seraph.
Okay. You decide to bring Amelia in front of you. Give me a quick second here. Equal to your that. Okay, not great on her front.
Oops.
Okay, so because you are both good people, right? Like this is not good guys v bad guys thing.
I don't know. Palisade is iffy.
I am going to get both of you to we're just gonna do rollies.
Rollies.
You're looking to beat a 6.
On my 2d12s.
Yep, or just go for a d20.
Oh, okay.
The rare d20 roll in Daggerheart.
Anything added to that?
Nope, straight roll.
11.
Okay. You will be going first then. We'll just sort of back and forth this.
Fair enough. If that's what it was going to be, then if I'm going first, then I will just put up a defense and wait. I'm testing to see what she's going to be like in single combat. I'm not going to just go over there and deck her right away.
No, that is completely fair. She is going to...
And besides, Caltha's fighting style is more of block and response than anything, so yeah.
She is going to sort of take to the air and is going to she sort of closes her eyes, and you can tell sort of as you're standing in a defensive stance, your sort of metallics on your body clink for like a brief second, and full fucking arcing dive towards exactly where you are. I only have one set of die, so I'm just going to call out which one is which beforehand. She is going... So, we're going to say this is Hope. Is that... Where's the dot on that? Okay, cool. And then this is Fear. And... that is going to be a 12 to hit.
Oh yeah.
She is going to mark a stress to use her Winged Sentinel ability to deal an extra d8 on top of this damage. So that is going to be 9 plus 7 is 16. Not bad. 25 points of magical damage.
Oh.
You are bracing yourself for a physical hit because you see her coming down at you with an axe before you see this thing sort of vibrate with a divine energy. This is a hallowed axe.
Fair enough. Surprisingly, that negates my Stellar ability.
Yeah, really good against physical damage, aren't you?
Very fascinating. Uh, 25, you say? So let's mark a armor slot and bring that below severe.
Okay, so it still does major then.
Yeah.
As you are sort of preparing for this physical hit and she comes down and it seems to go through your shield. And you have a split decision to sort of shift your body so that it hits a part of your armor, but hits you center mass. And for the first time in a very long time, that fucking hurt.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever marked 2 points of hit points before. I don't think I've ever got above 1. Yeah, that really hurt.
Was also with hope, because that was a 6 on the hope, 3 with fear. Is going to go ahead and spend those 3 hope to re-roll one of her prayer dice. Which is better, but not much. She is then going to... A lot of her stuff is healing. So, you're kind of lucky with that one. But yeah, I think she's just going to sort of come back at you as she realizes that magical damage might sort of be your undoing. But you now know what you're looking for. So we're going to go hope. This is probably going to move to you after this. Fear. It is the same roll, but with the numbers reversed.
Fair enough. I would say my evasion is 8, so it's most likely going to hit.
Yeah. She's going to mark a stress again. To get that extra d8 worth of damage. Which, to be fair, I will say that she rolled really damn good for her damage roll. So I heavily doubt that it's going to look like that again. I can already tell you it's not.
And this is what happens when you choose not to carry a shield or wear armor.
She did max out on the d8, though, for 17 points of magical damage.
Nice. Mark an armor slot, bring that down to minor.
Okay. That is an attack, a Seraph's Hope, and a second attack. So you have 3 things that you can do on this turn.
3 action points! Hooray!
Yep. Basically, both of you are going to be acting as good guy and bad guy.
So then let's use this ability that doesn't require action to turn on, which is my Unstoppable. doesn't really help with the damage part, but it helps with a lot of the other parts.
It helps with the owies.
I mean, she's doing magical damage. I don't gain resistance to magical. I gain resistance to physical.
Yeah.
But it does help with other stuff. And I'm at a D6 now at level 3. Yeah, sweet. That's useless. I'm guessing she's flying. Sticking with the air.
Yes, she is taken to the air, but she is within striking range of you because she had to be.
Fair enough. I think remembering from the last situation with non-flyers against her, Galileo will spread her wings and kind of hover up as well.
Yeah, makes sense.
Leveling the playing field of no longer needing to do that.
So happy to finally meet somebody in the air.
Right?
I mean, your buddy was in the air for a little bit, but, you know, until Kasha shot him out of the sky.
That was hilarious. And this is also gonna hurt. That's double 6s.
Oof. Yeah, that is a critical hit. What is the damage die? What is the damage on your weapon?
My magical gauntlets are 2d10 plus 6.
So you have 26 plus whatever you roll for your 2d10.
And technically also my unstoppable day.
Yes.
D6 on top of that. I gotta work on this tower a little bit. I locked. 38.
38. Oof.
Oof.
She is going to mark 2 of her armor slots to bring that down to 22. And she's going to use one of her prayer dice. She's going to use the 3 to bring that down to a 19, which just goes under severe damage.
Holy crap.
Her severe is 20. But her armor is sufficiently fucked up, and just a little bit of that sort of divine light breaks like a very minuscule amount of this damage before you just create this like 5-meter long crater of this girl smashing against the ground. And it's just, okay, that's fair.
Oh, they just looks at us like, are you okay?
Oh, I'm alive. And just kind of gets up, wings.
I do suppose you would have been shunted out, but okay. Cool.
She looks about a little bit less hurt than you, but after one attack.
Fair. I'm gonna
Go again.
really don't have any feelings like she does in doing other stuff. I punch things and I block things.
Yeah?
That is the extent of Galileo.
The funny thing is, you both are more support than you are direct damage dealers.
Yep.
And it's support versus support.
That would be a 20 with hope.
20 with hope. Take your hope point and deal your damage.
I mean, there's stuff that I could do. I mean, that critical, I could have granted people hope points or stress, but I'm not going to do that when it's a one-on-one.
Can I guess critical inspiration?
Yeah.
Yeah, guess who else has it?
Yeah. Kind of figured.
Both you and... Here's the thing. This is when you're actually realizing you and Amelia on the same team as supports is disgusting.
I mean, having two bards with a person that can clear stress points with bard die things and being able to use those stress points to block other people's damage is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. 20 to hit.
Yes, 20 does hit. You're rolling your damage at this point.
Yeah. 17.
17.
And it's magical damage, which is ironic because I can't do I get hurt very badly with magical damage, but I deal magical damage.
You can't. You can deal it, but you can't take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she... You said 17?
Yeah.
If she does that, then it takes it down to 9, which still hits the major damage. I think at this point she's just gonna take it. Yeah, she's sort of saving her stuff and is just going to take the major damage. You can see that she is getting there. But is, she's still got a little bit of health behind her.
Fair enough, I guess that'd be 2 actions, so 3. Math. 18?
And these 20, the 20 and the 18. I know the 20 was done with hope. The 18 is done with...
That was hope as well.
Ah, very good. Yes, 18 hits. She also does not have a very high evasion. I think she's actually got a worse evasion than you.
Being a backliner, probably.
Oh, I realized I could have used another one of her prayer dice. But you know what? We're here now. And that damage is?
20.
20. Okay, well, she is now going to have to use her armor. She is going to use 2 of her armor slots to bring that down to minor. Unfortunately, did not max any of her prayer dice, so... Oople doobles.
Ooble doobles.
Oople dooples. This patient is not dead.
Ooble doob.
Speaking of which, she cannot cast Healing Hands on herself.
What? That's
Yep.
unfortunate.
Make a spellcast roll and target a creature other than yourself in melee.
Damn, critical roll.
She cannot
Sick.
touch herself. Well, actually, she has Mending Touch, but that takes a couple of minutes to do. We don't have a couple of minutes.
Ooh.
So instead, she's just gonna kind of be like, oh, hey, for support people who says we can't dull it out, huh? Aegis is going to kind of shake her hand, and as she does, she's kind of shaking out the pain. That hum of that axe just and is going to come at you, friendo. She does not gain any additional actions because you never rolled with fear and never failed a roll. So, hope. Fear.
Yeah.
Fear. Is going to be a 17 to hit.
Oh yeah.
He's going to mark a stress.
That more than doubles my evasion.
Is going to roll that. Is going to roll that. He's going to roll like ass. Which is sort of par for the course for me. Is 12 points of magical damage.
2 points of magical damage, eh? Let's see. Oh, no, that's down here. I was looking at. Cool. If I mark off 2 armor slots, that reduces to 0.
Okay. Just as she's sort of passing by you, glances and like shreds a part of your armor, but your body is safe. Switches to like a back grip of her axe. What's the name of that guy from that Star Wars game that got really popular? The guy who held his lightsabers like with like the back
Reverse grip, Force Unleash.
Force Unleashed, yeah.
So you're talking about Stark or Galen Marek.
Yes, that's the one.
Or
Yeah.
Galen.
Switches to like that kind of a grip, turns on her heel, and is going to come at you again with hope. Fear. For a 16 to hit, which does.
Oh yeah.
Why must your damage be... There we go. That's good. 18 points of magical damage.
Neat. Mark 1 armor slot, bring it down to minor.
Okay. And then her last strike with hope. Okay, at least her hope die is rolling really good. Actually, this one didn't roll really well, so. Fia. Oh, that didn't roll well either. Technically, she rolled with hope. But that is still an 11 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Terrible. Less terrible. Decent. 19. Points of magical damage.
I will use a armor slot and bring that below minor. Or to minor.
Alright, how are you doing on HP right now?
5-6.
You have 6 HP still?
I have 1 open.
Oh, you have 1. That is unfortunately all of her actions that she can do. She cannot heal herself. She's going to spend 3 hope. She's going to re-roll one of her prayer dice. Alright, cool. You are up. She did not roll with fear and did not fail any of her checks, and so it's still 3.
Right. Data. Dee-da. Well, I'm gonna spend 3 hope points instantly. Regain 3 armor slots.
Oof.
I used up all my armor slots.
Oh damn. You kind of like take a minute and you are able to sort of half-hazardly like patch your armor back together, enough for it to just
I
stay
don't
on.
require armor.
You don't require armor.
I don't have armor. I have a critical rolls version of unarmored defense.
Then you are just swole as shit, and you are toned, and you are just fucking. You get there, and you are able to sort of tense your body just that little bit more. You just need to go a little bit more.
And my unstoppable still running.
Yeah, is that like a certain amount of actions or a certain amount of getting hit that gets rid of that?
Every time I deal damage, I uptick the unstoppable die. And once it reaches the max and resets, it ends.
Okay, and so what is the max?
The current unstoppable die is a d6. I'm at a 4.
Okay, so you've got one more.
2.
2 more. Okay.
Yes. It goes 5, 6, and then once I do the damage after the 6, it's done.
Okay.
If I'm reading this correctly. It's unstoppable. Once you increase the value to the die's highest number or when. Yeah, so yeah. Once it reaches the max, it's pretty much gone.
She sits there, she's heavily panting, very weak, very stressed out. Her armor is looking rough, and you know you are hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, Caliphate just kind of weakly floating there, and she just cracks her knuckles and goes, "Oh, I haven't had a good workout like this in a while."
You know, I've been helping to train your cute little fairy friend as well. Heard apparently she's becoming a guardian.
Oh yeah, you should have seen the thrashing she gave her brother on the first day. Oh yeah, that's right, you were there.
I was there to help heal them back up. You guys are a pretty good team.
Do apologize. The days have been getting a little muddled.
It makes sense.
It's almost like we just started keeping a calendar.
Yeah. But don't you dare go easy on me now.
Cartoon X and goes in for it. Well, that's the 19 for everything else. 25.
25 hits.
Oh. Wrong number. 22.
22 is still like almost 3 times her evasion score. You're good.
19 damage.
19. Oh, God. Yeah, she's going to use her last 2 armor slots. As the sort of the armor around her body just like shreds off. The chains on her chainmail begin to sort of break down, but her body is unharmed.
Fair.
And that was with hope or fear.
Hope.
With hope.
It was a 12 on the hope and a 7 on the fear. Rollies. $19. Swinging. 19 to hit.
19 to hit with
Hope.
With hope. I had to grab your hope point. I'm not even going to ask you to roll damage at this point. She has 1 hit point and no armor slots. Calathea Swiftbean, tell me the story.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, a mommy fairy and a daddy fairy. Comes swinging down and just so like she's like, "Don't go easy on me, Captain." He's like, "Okay, left hook, and then a right hook, and then it just like pops out of the entire mock sports arena thing."
It is a
It's
sort of
very
left
quick.
jab that comes in that she is able to sort of get up and connect with the chainmail armor and gets like a little bit of a grin as she blocks your hit and does not see the haymaker that just smashes through the barrier between the arena that she sort of is launched out of, is caught by Kasha with a fully unharmed body, fully unharmed armor, but is very well aware of everything that took place. And she just kind of goes, whew. That was... Look, even if I don't make it, that was a lot of fun, and thank you for giving it your all. I can see why you lead this group.
Been a while since I was able to get a good workout, and that was definitely something. Magic, shit hurts.
You get a couple of gifts when you hang out with the gods.
It seems that way.
She sort of picks up her weapon and just sort of it magnetically clasps to her back.
Kathleen walks over, holds out her arm.
She comes up, grasps it. Thank you very much. The
Results will be posted.
The rest of your tryouts go very well. It's pretty much standard procedure. You've been there, done that.
Okay.
And we are going to hit the BRB really quick. Give everybody a chance to bio break who hasn't already. And when we come back, it's time for a birthday party.
Question:
Birthday party!
I think so.
Yeah, let's do it. I can only play for about 45 more minutes. Not even.
That's fine.
Yes.
I, for some
About
reason,
45.
have two things that say Alexa and Alex. I don't know why. We're just gonna
Oh,
rename
because there's
those.
two of me now?
Just because I remember the priority of she and they is switched between Sonata and Piper.
Yeah, which is interesting and funny at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny. Oh god.
All right, we have returned. Hello and welcome back.
Hi.
Now.
As you are all sort of rocking up to this very extravagant looking large mansion type house.
This is like off campus.
This is off campus for sure.
Hey, Med, you're not on the right scene.
I'm not in the right scene.
Med is on my screen.
Not mine.
Yeah,
I'm having internet issues. That's my
it's
bad.
okay.
It
Okay.
It did not switch on my side. That's why I was like.
Fair enough. Yeah, you sort of all take your various positions, and I'm going to get individual roles from each of you to see how well you have done. So this is the start of a new day, so, you know, health, armor, all of that, hope, resets. I assume that you guys prepped the following day, so everyone can sort of start at 3. And Calathea, we're gonna go ahead and get a strength roll from you.
Strength!
Strengthy strength.
Strength. Hello. Fuck, Violet, why do you keep farting? You smell like shit, dog.
That's a dog farts for you.
God, are you trying to break the Geneva Convention or something? Oh! Ah! Alright, that, God, that smells terrible. And I really can't smell much to begin with. Where was I going? Oh, yeah, okay. Strength is +3. Level 8's with a +3, so 19. But that's
19 with...
critical. It's a crit.
Oh, it's a crit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, shit.
Of course it is.
With absolute ease, you know, you got your workout in that day, you got your mock sports trials and stuff that earlier that day. You're sort of in the zone, as it were. You are able to get everything sort of set up and put in its proper positions. You are able to get the installation done between the tank of Patron tequila and the sprinkler systems. Yeah, absolutely just not necessary at all. Piper, can we get a finesse roll from you, please?
Okay, I do have to ask first because I feel like it could be a yes. Question, can I add an experience to this?
What is the experience?
Sugar and spice is double meaning, if you realise, because the other meaning's for bacon. Piper has it for 2 reasons, and it's bacon and sweet talking.
I can understand that. Yeah, let's go ahead and let that happen.
Okay, I was like, I want to add the +3 for sugar and spice.
Let's go ahead and let that happen.
Okay, that's a good roll on that die. That's double 10s.
Let's go!
2 crits. Yo.
That's double 10s.
He is gonna get
That's
the
double 10s.
damnest party out there.
So I get
cannot
that
wait
hope
for the
point
first
back.
person to fail. It's gonna be so great.
I get that hope point back. In total, you know what I mean, though.
Yes,
like,
you do. You end up getting that
it's
hope
a
back.
yeah, it's a net 0.
An immaculate set of confectionaries, ranging from cookies, brownies, muffins, cupcakes, and in fact a 6-tiered birthday cake that takes a little bit to bring in. You have some people sort of help you with that inside before the birthday girl is able to see.
Made out of cupcakes.
Made out of
Made
cupcakes.
out of cupcakes.
but the way the icing is put so expertly around it that you would swear it was a normal cake.
Robot.
Robodon?
Robodon. Don'll be back.
I said I had cupcakes and then my headphones came unplugged.
Uh-huh.
You cupcaked so hard you killed your headset. Sonata, can we get... Oh, I'm actually going to get a presence roll from you, please.
Okay. As much as I want to use my new die for this, it's the color is very similar to the black that I use for fear, so I'm not going to. I like my new dice, but I don't want it. They're dark colors, so I don't want it to get confused with the black. And you said this is presents. Okay. Let's go.
Oh, you switched up Sonata quite a bit, huh?
What? Oh. Yeah. I'm like, she'll fit in, but it's still, not out of her style.
Yeah. Look, there's no such thing as a slutty Sonata fit. It's not a thing. But, like, close enough that, like, somebody will probably find this hot.
Okay, so, you know what? This actually is fun. This makes sense for her. So, in any event, this is a 19 together with fear. This is why I made this reaction. Because that was an 11 on the fear die, 5 on my hope die.
Oof.
Plus 3 presents. But you remember what I was saying about how she's, like, really self-conscious about the outfit thing that she does? Because she's never really done it before for, like, most people. Like, she's probably done it, she's probably, like, patched up, after battle and stuff. And she's probably done the same thing for Piper and helped out and stuff, but not really done an awful lot of, like, full outfit designing. And she's doing it, would probably be doing it for most of everybody. Like, so the fact of, like, fearful, it's straight up just her fear of what if they hate it.
The other part of this fear is, like, this is not your scene.
Yeah.
You remember Piper going to similar parties to this, maybe not as intense.
Yeah.
But, this is one of the rare times where Piper went and did something and you kind of stayed at home or maybe went and did a different thing. Now you're sort of here, and you're like, well... She's like, I understand what you wanted me to dress as, and this is the best you're getting.
Yeah.
Ashlyn.
Hello.
I am going to sort of... I'm going to get a presence roll from you as well. Because you sort of have to be an authority behind being a bouncer.
I gotta help my mom real quick. I'll be right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's a big number.
Oh?
That was on my fear die.
Love that.
That is a 14 with fear.
You're sort of... You're almost rehearsing at this point, like, being an authority person. And Kasha is standing with you going, okay, remember, like, I'm a person trying to get in, right? So I'm going to come up to you, and I'm going to be like, hey, is this where the party's at?
What's your name?
Kasha.
How many papers are there for the clipboard?
There are
For
3
list?
papers. goes, this is when
Would
you...
bouncers be on the list?
I-
Sorry, I'm like,
And she looks at you and she's like, let's just pretend that I'm on the list.
okay, you're on the list. Can you prick your finger for me, please?
Oh, yeah. And she, like, mimics pricking her finger because she's not gonna. And she's like, you know, you guys really have, like, a big security setup here. Like, what's the deal with all this?
That's what Macy wants, and Macy wants to make sure everything is good. We do not want any people that are not on the list to come in. This is an invite only, and I'm sorry.
And you
But
see that
if
Kasha kind of
you are-
stops. And that's where
Yeah.
that's where it becomes a 14. Is you being like, I'm sorry. You're like,
Oh, brain's tired.
no,
No,
I
it's
think it actually
okay.
worked really well. Kasha goes, okay, this is where we gotta kind of work on the whole I'm sorry thing. Like, you're a bouncer, right? So, like, you are the barrier between asshats coming in here and ruining the vibe. So, if someone asks, like, well, you know, why do you need to know my name, or why do I need to prick my finger, you gotta sort of stand tall and be like, you know, this is the rules, comply or get the fuck out.
Okay.
And so she kind of takes you through that. Sonata as well. You see that you're one of the only people that Macy checks up with personally.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, things are working wonderfully. God, the biceps on her. Just kind of like looking over at Calathea. It's like, I mean, I've heard rumors, but good gods. Anyway, sweetheart, oh my god, you look so nervous. Are you okay?
She kind of like stutters a bit. The situation, you know, even if she says she's fine, she's not fine. But also, you know, she's like, I pauses, realizes whatever she was going to say probably wouldn't be believed. I'm not used to this.
No, I can see that.
I mean, my outfit, she like gestures to, you know, whatever she's working on. Probably does her outfit last, makes sure everybody else is happy with theirs, and then works on her own. Because she's like, if hers is the rush job, but everybody else is fine, she'd rather live with her outfit being a rush job, and instead of anybody else's.
Fair.
It's not a rush job, but you know, she might be, you know, if this is still set up, she might be like sewing like a little pattern or something, or whatever, you know, or just gesturing at the, you know, her team, her friends, the outfit that she's doing, or whatever she did for Macy. Like, you know, I mean, this all came from costumes and mending costumes. So outfits at this level for this many people, you know, it's there's the you know, this is a lot without her even like saying that.
Well, trust me, from what I've seen already, you are quite good at what you do. You'll be getting a stark recommendation from me. Although people might think that you make, you know, flashy ball gowns and things like this. We'll just keep it to a very vague, she's really good at what she does. Would you like some advice, if you would like to fit in more?
Sure.
So some of the appeal of an outfit doesn't necessarily have to come from showing your body. For some people, they very much enjoy that, and others like to keep the mystery. How good are you at repairing damaged clothing?
You know, this is where she kind of like chuckles a little bit, and you know, this is how I got started, mending costumes that got torn on stage, after battles and things where armor gets torn or whatever. I've been repairing armor. It's, I'm not exactly wearing armor now. But, if you
Fair.
ever see me in whatever, I'm wearing, most likely you'll see little patches from me repairing stuff. I can repair.
Wonderful.
Basically, this is where she goes, I can do repairs.
So the tights that you have there, just pick a couple of random spots and just give it a rip. Adds that little bit more of like a punk persona. If you would like to,
Right.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
But things are looking wonderful. I will leave you to it, and it's T-minus an hour until showtime. Alex, can I get a knowledge roll from you, please?
Oh, fuck yeah!
While we're doing this, I'm gonna be right back.
Yep.
Really good. I can't do math. 21, 22.
22 with?
That's with hope.
Ooh.
Fucking finally.
Go ahead and take your hope point.
Needed that.
You... Look, there's nobody behind this bar but you, so you just take these sort of opening moments to get used to where everything is. You've got, like, a shitty beer on draft. You know where things are organized. You even sort of rearrange a couple things so that you know where everything is.
Yeah.
You also make sure that you have the ingredients for a Long Island just within grabbing distance.
Oh yeah, my well is set up like specifically to just like it's real easy. It's just grab all the well things and just toss it in, and it's real simple.
Yes.
But on the well stuff is probably the really fancy shit, because that's probably what she'd be paying for.
Oh, it's that fucking good. It is, like, it's stuff you can't even pronounce.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And there are some numbers that even though you can't pronounce the words, you know what the proof of an alcohol is, and you are like, ooh, she's really looking to get destroyed.
Right.
Off the corner of your eye, you can sort of see 10 different electrical spires that are all around the area. You can see that there are 2 by your bar. There are 2 by the sort of open buffet. 1 is by the bathrooms, 1 is by the entrance, and 4 of them are on the dance floor.
Nice.
You can see right up top, sort of working the turnstile and figuring out how everything is going to be set up is Ector. Kind of looks over and sort of gives you a nod and just kind of keeps nodding. And you're just...
And then it just...
Yeah, you're just kind of getting it. You're just kind of feeling the vibe. People start to file in, and Ashlyn, you also catch on very quickly that Kasha, completely unfazed by some of these people who are just fully assholes. Like, if she realizes, oh, this is going to be too much for Ashlyn, she just kind of steps in, takes care of the situation, and she's like, it's good. It's a good day. He kind of begins to, like, whisper that real low under her breath. It's a good day. The drinks start flowing and the party starts getting good over sort of, at the desserts area. The usual suspects are hanging out. And you actually see, Alex, one person that you are surprised to see walk in,
Mhm.
is Michi.
Oh. Interesting.
Very
Cool.
much sort of looks out of her depth,
Yeah.
but is just kind of coming in, like sidles up to the bar and is like, "Hey, oh, I've,
It's loud in here. What?
yeah, sorry, damn, I don't have, I usually go with sake, I don't really know, okay,
I just like pulled up a thing and I start putting stuff together and I make her probably like a Midori sour. Something with Midori, 100%.
love
That's
that."
the vibe. And I like put it in a really cute little glass and I like stick a little cherry in it and put it and give it to her. Slide it to the side.
She's like, and is this just like covered by by Macy? Damn to have that kind of money, huh? Yeah, all I did, so I heard that she was having a birthday party. I talked to her about it, and she was like, "I've never had a first year come to one of my parties before," so just kind of added me to the list.
I like kind of motion to where Sonata and Piper are kind of standing because I assume they're somewhere in the fray here.
Yeah,
I'm
Sonata.
like-
So her thing is obviously like was the outfit. So her stuff was mostly before the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Piper
we're
probably
Probably
our three people who did stuff before the party, which is Sonata, Piper, and Calathea. Where are you guys
Mhm.
during the party?
Yeah.
she's probably assuming the dessert table is like near a corner. She's probably like and if there's like chairs or something to sit down and eat at, she's probably in like a corner table somewhere near the, somewhere near the dessert table.
Sonata, need a question from you.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Do you talk to Piper or Amelia before going to the dessert table?
I think the leading question here is the but when I what I was basically tuning into when I tuned in and got home.
Uh-huh.
Um or I'll say where's Piper?
I think
Because where is Piper in relation to the dessert table?
I feel like, but also there's the situation of I feel like knowing Piper, if Piper had time, would have wanted an answer at least, because obviously Piper knows this isn't Sonata's seen as much. Would be like
Mm-hmm.
they're color coded, go for those ones, kind of thing, right?
I feel like Piper very much would have sought Sonata out.
They probably were like she was probably. I mean, we were talking about this before, but like probably like like it was like if they were overnight or some portion where they're not working when Piper has a moment and isn't working directly with the cupcakes. If there's point when it's like or before, because the outfits would have been done. She probably would have been helping Sonata model and stuff. At least before, maybe after, depends on how much stuff Sonata still had left to do.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And you see Amelia is also like, yeah, the sprinkles signify, if they're green sprinkles, don't touch those. Anything else, you should be good with.
What drugs are in these things?
It is like a, it is like an interesting strain of hallucinogenic mixed with like an ecstasy
Okay.
sort of thing.
Gotcha.
It's a vibe. It's a magical herby
It's a vibe.
vibe.
Mm.
And it's just meant to make everything just feel good.
Yeah, even
Right.
though Piper's used to these parties, Piper did stay away from that stuff, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Piper never was in that area of it.
Piper could match the vibe without having to imbibe in the vibe.
in the same way.
Basically, Piper was there, like, Piper had the social credit to be able to deal with it without having to think when Piper used to do parties.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you, Alex, sort of point over to the desserts table. Calathea, where would you be?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I want to make this more of a roll because it's more or less of, excuse me, how much of this she can actually like withstand. Like this is not her vibe whatsoever. And
I
she's
mean,
like,
why do you think
my job
Sonata's
is
in the
done.
corner?
My job's done. Do I stick around or do I not?
I mean, why do you think Sonata's sitting in a corner by the food table?
Alex looks over at Calathea after she kind of is finished and is kind of taking a breath, and the party's starting. She's probably giving like, God, just kind of like wave her down in the middle of like beginning orders here. I'm just like, wanna come sit? Wanna come hang?
That's
It could be
probably
like,
what happened then. Because yeah, this is.
what's up?
Yeah, I'll probably just go over, hang out, like not at the front
I
of
could
the
be
bar,
like-
but kind of like behind it, like off to the side, just staying in the background because this is not her vibe. This is all, this entire
could,
thing is just like,
Is a full yikes.
I think
oh yeah,
I'll start
100%.
I'll look over at you and like point to my ice tray and be like, can you get me some more ice, and kind of make you my bar back.
100%.
Calathea becomes the impromptu bar back.
Yep.
And you kind
If
of
you're
point
down for
over
that.
to the twins as like other first years who are also here. And Mitchie's like, little bit different. Y'all were paid. Y'all are the help. This is me going to party, which is, I mean, I'm down to try out some new stuff. And I mean, your friend Piper over there and Amelia, I believe her name is, they're the ones that did the catering, right? So how bad can the food be?
And I
I've
pause
been
her.
told to stay away from the green sprinkles and
There you go.
it points towards the hallways, like maybe also stay away from there.
Okay, stay away from green sprinkles and stay away from side rooms. All right. I think I'm just gonna
unless
stick
you're-
to like here and like the dance floor.
And I'm like, I'll happily vibe with you here.
And you can kind of
But
see
and,
over with Ector as he is starting to sort of get into the groove of his setup. Head down. He's got like a headset half on.
yeah.
He's got like his like sapphire laced gloves are on. And he goes, "Time to experiment." And starts kind of weaving through these multicolored sort of electrical arcanotech lasers that causes a bunch of different flashes to happen and a bunch of different sounds to go off. And for those of you whose vibe it is not, this is a full-on like sensory overload. This is a
It even is for
rave.
Alex. It's a
Like-
lot for Alex, but it's
like I
cool.
said. Like I said, Sonata is in the corner by the dessert table.
And Piper,
Noise starts getting louder. Calais takes her headphones on and puts them on and just starts listening to her.
We're
own
all
music.
just sensory overloaded.
Piper's
Heroes
the
and
only
Just
one.
outside.
Piper's like in it, like dancing and stuff. But Piper's also like, if you actually look at Piper, Piper's zoned out. You know what I mean? Like blocking out most of it, while also party. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Piper's matched the vibe while completely just not technically there. You know what I mean?
Amelia does at one point approach you and be like, "Hey, I'm getting mosh pit vibes. Do you want to sort of head towards like the outside so that we don't get, damaged?"
Piper just gives a nod and then points over
Anything
to where
like
Sonata is, like, do they want to go and sit over at the table where Sonata is?
I mean, I was
Okay,
thinking if you're still down for dancing.
And then Piper nods. Like, Piper's up for dancing.
Love that.
So yeah, you guys are still in the dance floor, but sort of on the outskirts of the dance floor as the mosh pit sort of begins.
Oh, can I say something?
Sure.
With the Ector stuff, like what Ector's doing, I fully imagine, like, you know that scene in Sorcerer's Apprentice where it's like all the lightning and stuff?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
But,
yes.
but between
yes.
the 10 different
Yes.
spires around
all
all
throughout
of
the room.
Yes.
Oh, so cool.
We need to watch. I want to watch that movie again. I want to watch that
It's a
movie
great
again.
Put that in the
I've never seen it.
watch
I don't
party.
think I've ever seen it.
Watch movie chat.
So I don't think that's in our list.
I'm gonna
It's a
add
killer
it.
And you
Sorry.
just see. Sorry, go ahead.
I love that movie. It's been way too long.
It's
though.
so good.
It's a very good movie, and a lot of people like shit on Nicolas
but I
Cage
still-
movies, but like that's a good movie.
It was a.
Oh, I
good
just watched National Treasure like last night. It's a great movie. I love Nick Cage here.
Ector is sort of getting into the groove of like being a DJ, and is kind of like, how are we feeling, birthday party inhabitants?
Oh my god, I love him as a DJ.
And
It's
fucking
so
people are
good.
just losing their shit. He's like, he sounds like a robot Dracula. Is like, not a robot, I am a clank, which is a little bit different. We don't fucking care. He's like, fair point. It's not the place for that. It is time, everyone, to feel the music. And the 10 sort of coils around start to all move in sync with each other. Alex, can you give me a instinct roll, please?
Yes. Double threes.
Double threes. Go ahead and take that hope point. You look up as you sort of
Yes.
watch Ector get into this vibe. Feel the music. Does not come out in his accent.
Wow.
He's here, nodding his head. His head comes up, and you see a white rabbit dash across the back of his eyes.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Okay. That's wild that I saw that from that far away, but yes, that's what we get on crits.
Question for you, Alex.
Yes.
Does a 14 hit your evasion?
Oh shit! What the fuck? Yeah?
1 second.
Ah!
Oh, that's not too bad.
Need to increase that, y'all.
Um,
Wait, I think I have stuff for evasions. Oh, no. That's different. I don't think I have anything. That needs to be
that
Yes.
is 22, I believe, points of magic damage.
What the fuck?
As one
Okay.
of the electrical spires that is by your bar, you just hear it kind of and it hits you center mass.
Holy shit! Okay, you said
Question,
22.
if I was nearby, would I be able to intercept that?
Wait. How do I do this
I would
again?
say
That's 22.
especially because you are bar back at this point, so you are behind the bar with them. You would be able to if you have an ability that lets you do that.
Yeah. I am your shield.
Yeah,
Damn, do I want to use half my armor slots and take
I'll mark a
only
stress
one
point
hit
and take it.
you are not taking this damage, Alex.
Oh, what? Oh, shit, never mind. What?
Calathea
You
just
saw
goes.
that happen?
Calathea just like shoves you out of the way.
Oh, fuck.
Calathea fully basically just body blocks you and hits you instead, Calathea. So 22 points of magic damage.
You will hear a glass crash to the floor.
And
Liquids.
22, you say? Okay, I will just mark an armor slot and reduce that to major.
and that is when you
I
can
heard.
sort of hear this music
Oh!
going around.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna roll a d4. Give me 1 second. I didn't see this. It didn't matter. Never mind.
Okay. And you hear that music as you realize, Alex, as you sort of stand up and look around at everyone, 4 of them in the dance floor where Piper and Amelia are. 1 of them by the bathrooms, 1 of them by the entrance where Ashlyn and Kasha are, 2 of them by the buffet where Sonata is, and 2 of them by the bar where you, Mitchie, and Calathea are. The music is humming, and it's starting to hurt. That's where we're going to end today's session.
Oh, fuck! Oh,
Sorry,
shit!
Next session
Well,
is not going to be a combat like you are used to.
Okay.
You are not that these can't be harmed, but they are very difficult to be harmed. You are going to have 2 options. Basically, getting to the top of these spires and either turning them off or making them safe. If you make them safe, it will be a higher DC. If you turn them off, you risk worsening the party, essentially.
Right.
Did no one in the party like notice lightning hit Alex? Did Calathea take
you
it?
you guys will all be on notice and everything
Okay.
by the time that this comes up.
Okay. But I'm just saying, like, also just like the fact that did nobody? Because there were like people at the bar. Like, did nobody in the party notice this?
Yeah,
Or
and
not
also
just the party.
glass shattering.
Yeah.
You guys will have noticed this. You will not have to make checks
Oh,
for anything.
So I mean by party, I'm meaning not just us, but also the actual physical party that's going on.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
other
party members, party people.
Yeah,
party
they seem to be
people,
vibing with
party.
it.
They're like,
Okay.
oh, this is cool.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Huh.
Joy.
So, the party's gotten interesting, hasn't it?
Party
Yeah.
has gotten interesting.
And we will go ahead and see just how hard our party members can party when we get back to a very merry unbirthday indeed. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you guys liked what you've seen and you want to see more, please go ahead and hit that follow button. You'll be notified about when we go live doing games like this and Pokemon Tabletop United, which is run by our very own Piper Dawn. It is great. We've had recently a very, very big and intense battle, as well as a very adorable catching session. And now I have to figure out what my party composition is going to be like, because I have too many Pokemon that I like. But yes.
Been there, done that.
If you want to see previous episodes of what we've done, you can head over to the YouTube channel of the same name, Campfire Stories RPG, where you can see past episodes of Defendus Academy, past episodes of Pokemon Tabletop United, and including catching sessions, which were streamed last time but aren't normally. So you have to go to the YouTube channel to see how we got our cool mons. But until next time, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you by the firelight.